let's get on to what might be the final case, a Half Moon Walk.
Where are you going, Holmes? Have you been invited somewhere?
We have been invited, Watson.
Ooh.
We have.
Is it going to be a party?
To the Baker Street Irregulars' annual dinner. They sent us an invitation. It is on the table.
That's peculiar.
How could those street urchins afford anything like that?
Yeah.
I can't understand your
I
interest
mean,
in
I'm
Holmes.
assuming it's because
They're
Holmes
dirty.
/ Watson, you pay them
They wouldn't hesitate
well.
to steal your wallet. They...
Watson, you should be excited. It is a secret dinner. Its
Oh, can
location
Toby come too?
changes every year. Read the menu. Sounds mouth-watering.
I want Toby there.
We,
I know,
the
Watson.
secret
So
police
rude.
Of Baker Street.
You get invited
Invite
to like a
you,
private
Sherlock Holmes,
dinner where
and
you're like a
Dr.
guest of honor?
Watson to our annual dinner. Menu, entree, frozen rat head salad. Is this a joke?
Not at all. Pray continue.
No.
Main course, sow's udder in Danny Nutcracker's
Oh,
way.
Danny Nutcracker.
Ah, sounds disgusting.
I didn't know she was also a famous cook.
Hedgehog goulash. Street turnips in homemade juice. And it goes on.
Ah, I can hear them on the
Exactly,
stairs
Sammy.
Well, we can't go there. We can't
How
eat
dare you
that.
now. Watson,
disrespect
You'll
them?
hurt the feelings of those poor children.
Exactly. Bring Toby.
Oh, Mr. Holmes.
I'm sure he'll clean
We
all
have
the
to go. It
plates.
is fine, Mrs. Hudson.
Mr. Holmes.
Wiggins, Dr. Watson is getting ready. He
Yes.
will be delighted to join us.
Delighted.
You don't look well, my young man. Is there something wrong?
Oh.
Don't tell me the dinner is cancelled.
Mr. Holmes, it's my brother Leighton. He's in a prison cell.
Oh,
They say
no.
he's killed 2 men. You have to help us, Mr. Holmes, because I know he didn't do it.
Where is he now?
Yeah.
From what I've heard,
How do we
they took him
find
to the
him?
yard, and they gave him a good beating already.
Oh, geez. So he's
You know what
already
they're
locked up
like.
in Scotland
They'll
Yard.
hang him. They won't look any further.
Oh, damn.
Holmes, we have to help.
We have to.
And forget about the dinner?
Oh, come
Wiggins,
on.
I'll take the case.
All
You're
right.
fantastic, Mr. Holmes. I'll be waiting for you at the crime scene. You'll be there, right? It's on Half
Absolutely.
Moon Street in Whitechapel.
Ah.
Very well.
The titular street. All right. So now we have. Ooh, what do we got here? What did we get as a trophy from the last one? We are now sympathizing. We got the poisonous. Oh God, don't let us hold on to that. That's a bad idea. All right. And we also have now, I'm assuming, another letter. What's the deal? Ah, dear Mr. Holmes, I am writing to express my appreciation for you striking at the truth of this horrible case. At first, I could not even imagine how Miss Margaret White, such an exceptional and beautiful woman, could plan and commit such a dreadful murder with that fellow Hamish. How angry I was. But when I attempted to put myself in her shoes, I began to understand. As talented and beautiful a lady as Miss White was, she evidently could not complete her studies without money, while my father was living his high life deficient in human sympathy. Thank you for your kindness towards her. She is no longer here, and I already miss her. Oh, God. Yeah, poor Albert. Oh, Albert, I hope you learn to love plants. All right, well, let's go. This very much reminds me of one of my favorite dynamics in Murder, She Wrote. Wow, the name almost escaped me there. Murder, She Wrote, obviously starring Jessica Fletcher, played by the delightful Angela Lansbury. Many of the cases are like a friend gets, put in the hot seat and is the prime suspect in a murder case, and, her main goal is to save them, to prove their innocence. And I'm assuming that's what we're going to be on the case here. Oh, God. Trying to help his brother. Oh, this is not a good-looking
Please,
alley.
Gentlemen, leave the scene now. Oh, Mr. Holmes.
Yes, it's
Is that
me,
you?
Mr. Holmes.
Good evening, Constable.
Constable Marrow. I
Ah,
was here with
Marrow.
Inspector Aberline during the Ripper case, Mr. Holmes.
Oh,
back
yes,
in
the
88.
Ripper
But
case.
then this is nothing like that case. With this one, we've got the
God,
murderer,
it is
the
amazing
weapon,
how-
and the
how much
statements
more-
that speak for themselves.
Character animation that
course,
they've brought to
Mara.
this series.
But you know
I
that
mean,
appearances
it's taken
can
place over such a
sometimes
long period of
be deceiving.
time. For one developer to hold on to one, let's say call it franchise, for such a long time, it's cool to see how they've evolved the presentation of it. All right, so who are the murder victims?
The two men here, both shot. The stout
Okay.
fellow was Brian
Oh,
Picotti,
jeez.
a well-known ruffian. The other, Kenneth Butler, a jeweller by trade.
Okay. Did anyone see what happened?
You spoke of statements. You have witnesses?
Well, I was there, so I gave my own statement. And then there were two other witnesses who said they saw the killer Chapman. Mr. Turner, a gentleman who lives in that flat over there. And Polly Powell, a flower seller, who was over
Okay.
at the far side of the street.
But did she see the murder, or did she just see him coming out of the alley? Because those are very different things. Well, what's your
So,
testimony?
Constable Marrow, I should be delighted to hear your testimony.
Very
I was
curious.
standing at the north side of Half Moon Street. That was the side that you came from.
But you would have been unable to observe this part of the street.
Yeah, it seems like the only
where we
person
are
who could have
standing
was the
now.
one overlooking the
That is
street.
correct. But
Yeah.
I saw the two victims slowly enter Half Moon Street. And then, shortly after, the
Oh,
fireworks started.
classic.
A few minutes after that, the fellow Chapman rushed towards me and ran into Half Moon Street.
Please continue.
Yes, the classic,
I didn't pay
a night of
attention,
fireworks
but
disguising
suddenly I
gunfire.
heard a woman's cries and police whistles on the other side of Half Moon Street.
Okay.
I rushed over there and I saw the two dead bodies on the ground. When I reached Whitechapel Street, I saw Leighton Chapman. He'd been caught by two police constables.
Okay. But still no evidence that he was the one who shot them.
Did you hear the shots?
Very
I didn't
curious.
hear any shots. The fireworks were all over the sky. They were so loud I couldn't hear anything else.
So you don't know when the shots rang out, only that they were shot at some point during the fireworks.
What were the fireworks in honor of, Constable?
Well, today's Queen Victoria's birthday, Mr. Holmes.
Oh,
Yes,
cool.
I
Yes,
appear to have lost
yes.
track of the
Oh,
days.
yes.
It is May now, of course.
May 24th. Details in Half Moon.
Constable Marrow, what else caught your attention while you were running through Half Moon Street?
I saw nothing but rats, and I took the time.
Yeah, it
to
seems like
light
you don't really
every
have much
corner
of a
with my lamp.
testimony, really. Only that you found the body. Okay, so Mr. Turner's
Did
window.
you happen to look up at Mr. Turner's window when you were on Half Moon Street at that time?
This is
Yes,
perplexing
I
so
saw
far.
that the window was open, but no one was there. It was dark in the room.
Because you have to imagine whoever did
Constable,
shoot these two
your statements
guys
have been of great value to me.
would have been seen by either the constable or the flower seller. Oh, hey, Wiggins? Is that you? Oh, yes. Okay. All right, so you're Turner. Gotcha.
Good evening, Mr.
Let's have a little
Turner.
chat.
I heard Constable Marrow reply to you as Mr. Holmes.
That I
Are you
am.
that detective gentleman?
I am a
I've heard of
detective
you.
of the finest
Well,
quality.
I know things about this evening.
Excellent.
Okay.
Might we
We
hear
would
your
love to
story?
hear your side of the tale. First off, let's give you a look over. I want to get a little feel for, anything about the face that's interesting? No, just, he's an older gentleman. Ah, some sort of metal, balaclava, Crimean War. So we have a war vet here. Oh, missing buttons. Not living the most fancy of lives. Requires support, weak leg, limping. Okay. Hence, maybe he was injured during the war. All right, so let's get your
Could you
testimony.
tell us everything that you may have seen or heard?
Spare
I
no
was already
detail.
in bed when the fireworks started. A few moments after,
Mm-hmm.
I clearly heard two gunshots from outside.
Please continue.
I quickly
Two
got up,
gunshots, so
I
that
grabbed the
counts for
lamp
both
from
of
my
them.
nightstand, and I rushed towards the window. I looked down, and I saw two bodies. And there was a man with a gun who was standing nearby.
Where exactly?
And what did he look
Near
like?
this body.
Did he notice you?
I don't think so. He rushed towards Whitechapel Street without looking around.
Okay. Was there anyone else in the alley?
Mr. Turner, did you see anyone else in the street?
No, I saw no one but that man, the murderer, the fellow they caught.
And you're sure it's him? But I guess the thing is, he could have still had his gun. Yeah, this is still tricky because without seeing him make the shots, it's not
Were
conclusive.
the two shots you heard consecutive?
Yes, there was a very short pause between them, and they sounded different somehow. It seemed to me that the second shot was louder than the first.
That is very
That is an
curious.
interesting comment.
Yeah. And you have to imagine he has a good, at least ear for gunfire, being a war veteran.
Mr. Turner, what were your actions after you stepped up to the window?
I was afraid that the man with a gun might return. So
Okay.
I stayed close to the window till I saw the policeman coming in the Half Moon from Whitechapel. Then I walked out to tell them everything I saw.
Okay. That's a pretty
You have
straightforward
helped us a
testimony,
great
yeah.
deal, Mr. Turner.
Very much so, very much. Can we investigate the bodies? Yes, we can. Okay, so let's take a look at what their wounds actually look like. Because again, it's better to investigate as much as
A
we
tattoo
can
from
before talking with
Westgate
people.
Prison. The Cotty must have done some time there.
So we have an ex-con. Oh, hand. Looks like something might be in his
He
hand.
tried to stop the bleeding with his hand.
No.
Death was not instant.
Oh god, that's terrible.
The bullet penetrated his stomach.
Yeah, that's a terrible
dreadful
wound. Oh god. Anything unique about the pants, the shoes? Anything about the head? Let's take a look.
Brian the Cotty suffered.
Yeah,
greatly.
that is a face of great
What a
agony.
terrible way to die.
Okay, so we got everything about his death. He was shot in the gut. Slow, painful death. This is a much faster death. Oh, God. Nothing in his hand. It looks like, though, maybe something was taken out of his hand, though. Plates. Stuck object. Piece of wood.
A piece of wood that has stuck between the cobblestones. Let us take a closer look.
I wonder what would be remarkable about this. Oh, it looks like the tip of a tool, or like maybe like a cane.
This shard of wood is quite new.
So it recently broke here. Okay, well, let's take a look. Oh, God.
The
Yep.
bullet struck his head. This man.
No,
didn't stand
that's a quick way to
chance.
go down. Oh, jeez. All right, anything in his pockets? Ah.
This is an ordinary key. I wonder what kind of door it
An
opens.
unusual little, tooth in it, though. Okay. So we have some more clues in our web. Anything? 2 victims, different shots? No. 2 victims, Turner's view, and dark window. Okay, that doesn't line up. Turner's view, dark window. There we go. I was like, what lets us take a look at the view? Yes, conflicting statements. Mr. Turner stated that he remained at the window of his flat until the police arrived. However, this is in conflict with Mayo's statement as the constable did not see anyone at the window. I mean, that doesn't entirely conflict because he could have been just sitting outside of the window, like just outside the view. Not entirely conflicting yet, but we'll have a chat with him. Wiggins, don't worry. We're
Mr.
on the
Holmes.
case.
Did you see my brother at Scotland Yard? Is he all right?
That's next on the visit. Don't worry. I want to get everything here before I get his testimony. Okay, so let's talk with Polly Powell, which is a
Mrs.
great name.
Powell?
What do you want?
My name is Sherlock Holmes. I'm assisting the police with their investigation of the crime that took place.
You know,
this
the one
evening.
that you witnessed like
Well,
an
I've
hour
already
ago.
gave my testimony, but very well.
Okay. Oh, we can't examine her. Interesting. Okay, well, what's your
Would you
testimony?
tell us everything that you may have seen or heard?
If you would
Yes.
kindly.
Yes, I was selling my flowers as usual, and then the fireworks began in honour of Queen Victoria. I enjoyed those. But then, all of a sudden, a young lad ran out of Half Moon Street and stopped just by me.
But again, no
He
one
had a
saw
gun in his
him
hand.
make the shots.
He was like a ghost.
Only that he
all
had the
covered in
gun.
blood. It was dark, but I could see him. 'cause
I'm
of the
very
flashes
intrigued to
from the
see what he
fireworks.
says about this.
And then?
I screamed as loud as I could. I knew that a policeman should be on duty in the vicinity. He had no
Okay.
time to escape. 2 constables got him. Then
Man.
another constable came out
We
from
got-
the
we got
very
a real
same
snitch
street,
here.
and I heard him talking of a horrible murder.
Did you hear the shots?
Mrs. Powell, did you hear the
It appears like
gunshot?
Mr. Turner is the only one
I'm
who
not
actually
sure.
heard them.
You know, what with the fireworks?
Yeah. Did you see anyone else come or leave?
Did you see anyone else leaving Half Moon Street prior to or at the time of the crime?
No, sir, I did not. Even with all the fireworks, I was very attentive, as I'm always on the lookout for customers.
Okay, makes sense.
My thanks to you, Mrs. Powell.
You would imagine she would have a sharp eye for the neighborhood. All right, so we've investigated the scene and the witnesses. I kind of want to take a look at what you can see from your view. Yeah. Watson, what do you got to say about all this?
I'm always wondering what's on your mind, Holmes.
Oh, dark things, Watson, dark things. Is there anything else that's distinct about the way that he came in? He could definitely not have seen anyone in the alleyway. Like the constable. Mr. Turner is the only one who could have seen anything, and what he saw wasn't very conclusive. Okay, so we have our clue. What does this say under conflicting statements? Usually this means that we have something that we need to investigate, or like an experiment to perform. But at the very least, let's talk with the constable. Maybe we can say that there's something not quite
It would be
on.
my pleasure to assist you with your investigation, Mr. Holmes.
Okay. What about you? Okay, so we can now talk to him again now that, yes, the contradiction of statements.
Mr. Turner, you have stated that you remained close by your window after the crime. Is
That's
that
what he
correct?
said.
Oh, yes, Mr. Holmes. I stayed at my window until the policeman arrived to examine the dead bodies.
Okay, but the contradiction.
That is very interesting, Mr. Turner.
I mean, there could be a
Constable
timeline here where that
Marrow
makes
stated
sense, where
that he
like
did not
Mr.
see
Turner
anyone
saw
at
the
the window
constable,
when he was
the
running
constable
through
didn't
Half
see
Moon
him, and then he made his way down.
Well, I think Constable Marrow and me, we might have been distracted by the whistles and shouts coming from Whitechapel.
Oh.
We could have missed each other somehow. You understand what I mean? It was a bit of a stressful moment, to tell you the truth, sir.
Allow me to form my own theories, Mr. Turner.
Yeah.
Would you mind
Are we
showing
going to
me
get
the
to look
view that
down
you
from
had
his
your
window?
Not at all, Mr. Holmes. Please, follow me.
Yeah, so that guy does have a limb.
Mr. Turner appears to live very modestly.
I have to wonder. I mean, I'm not suspicious of anyone yet. Because, hold on here. Do we have any other clues? Different shots. Common statement? Common statement to victims. No, none of that really makes sense to line up as nodes. What I do want to see is, it's not really, I wouldn't say cheating, but like, there we go. So there are at least two more people we're going to talk to. I'm assuming one is Wiggins' brother, but the other person I'm not sure of. Okay. Interesting. Okay, so yeah, find a use. We don't know what this belongs to. Unless... Oh, I wonder. Oh, no, there's his cane. Never mind, I thought it might be his cane. Bookshelves. Walking stick. Oh. Yes.
A perfect match.
And it's underneath the
So,
body.
Mr. Turner broke his stick when it became stuck between the cobblestones. He did not mention that he was so near to the victim.
No, he did not. No, he did not. We
The
got
books
books
on
here.
this shelf are in a mess. It looks as though Mr. Turner was trying to find something in a hurry here a short while ago.
What was he trying to find here, though? All right, well, let's take a look around here.
Mr. Turner was roused from his bed by the sound of gunshots.
Yeah, according to him. So far, that lines up. I'm a little more suspicious of him now. That he lied. That maybe he actually went down and looked at the bodies.
This fire is dying out. It was last tended to over an hour ago.
All right, fire, ashes, burnt burnt paper.
The
Interesting.
papers are almost entirely burned. I am unable to see what's written here.
What did he try to get rid of?
These words are illegible.
Damn.
The
Damn,
papers
damn,
were thrown
damn.
into the fire just a short while ago.
Unless it's unrelated. Like, it just so happens that he also burnt some papers. Maybe to keep the fire going. Because remember, he lives quite modestly, so maybe he doesn't really have a lot. What do we got here? Kitchen table, sweepings, shredded paper. Oh, what do we got here?
There are pieces of shredded paper
Oh.
scattered over the table.
So he literally cut up the paper.
This kitchen knife is quite
Yeah.
sharp. This kitchen knife was used to
Yeah,
cut
yeah, yeah,
the
yeah.
paper.
What was he so eager to dispose of? And it seems like quite quickly from the state of the shelf, he basically threw everything aside looking for these very specific papers. Oh, you got to be careful inviting Sherlock Holmes into your house.
So, that's the view Mr. Turner had when he opened the window. The dead body of Kenneth Butler.
And
Brian Vercotti's contorted corpse. Mr. Turner had a perfect view of the crime scene. He saw the bodies clearly, and Leighton Chapman standing over them.
That's what he says. That's what he says. Oh, cool. Oh. Okay. So we're recreating a... Oh, these are always very cool. Okay. So... Open the window. So I think what we're doing is from the timeline of him waking up, got up from bed. Definitely did that. Then he went over to the window. Then... What do we got down here? I think it's approached the body, took something. Then he... Ooh, what's next? Does he have the... No, I think... Yeah. That, then he cut the knife, then he threw them into the fire. So he woke up, heard the gunshots, went over to the window, saw them dead, went down there, looked at the bodies, found something interesting, took it, put his walking stick back, cut up some paper that he had, weird, and then threw something into the fire along with the paper, perhaps. Okay, let's watch this, see if we're right. All right, just as we thought. Got up. So far, so good. Oh, this is cool. All right, do a little fast forward, walks over to the window, sees the dead bodies down there, goes downstairs. Oh, this is so cool. All right, found something, took it, and... Yeah, weird. What did he find? And then on top of that, yeah, I think we got
Mr.
it here.
Turner used a
Okay.
book to hide an object that he found on Kenneth Butler's body.
That's
The
why he
question
cut up the
is,
paper.
What did he
It
find?
wasn't the paper that was so valuable, it's what he hid in a book. Books, fat prints.
I can see prints from greasy fingers upon the cover of this book. Let us take a closer look.
Let us take a look indeed. Moby Dick.
Well now,
Oh.
what a find. A precious
Yeah.
jewel concealed inside a book.
What is that, like a bangle, like a bracelet?
A bracelet
Yeah.
with unique ram's head design. A distinctive feature of ancient Grecian artifacts.
It's a cool
probably
bracelet.
Of the Hellenistic era.
Interesting that, but how would he know that there was something on them? I guess maybe he just went to go see if they were alive and then saw that the bracelet was there. Okay, but that totally messes up with the timeline then. All right, let's have a little chat with Ryan Turner here. See if he's going to sing a different tune now.
Mr. Turner, how would it be possible for a man of advanced years, such as yourself, to rush from his bed to
Yeah.
the window in a matter of seconds, as you have stated?
Well, I'm able to move very quickly.
No,
despite
that's
my
not
age.
true. We just
And
saw
when the
you.
situation requires it, Mr. Holmes.
What are you talking about? Okay, so you can walk very quickly. That is not true. I'm sorry.
I highly doubt that, Mr. Turner. I
We
observed
literally
that
walked you up,
suffer a
saw you
severe
walk up the
limp
stairs.
due to your injured right leg. It would have taken at least 10 seconds for you to approach the window. That means you could have easily missed something or someone. in Half Moon
It is a
Street
very
during
incomplete
that time.
testimony.
You're right, Mr. Holmes. I could have missed something. But it did seem to me that everything happened so quickly. Oh, time can pull tricks on you.
Oh, come on, buddy. All right, lay out the whole truth to us.
And
we're
what
not
of everything else that
judging.
you told us? Mr. Turner, it is vital that we have your complete and true statement.
Mr. Holmes, I do assure you that the other things I said were most sincere.
Okay, but ooh, I was sincere with you. We got to tell. It's got to be the bracelet, right? That's got to be the evidence. Yeah, that's got to be it.
Mr. Turner, you were not sincere with me.
Come
Not
on, buddy.
then and not now.
Let's keep it
Mr.
100.
This, Mr. Turner, does not look like anything that a poor man might possess.
Let
It is
alone
worth
hide in
more
a
than the
book that
home
you just
live
recently
in.
cut up.
I can explain.
I'd
No,
love to hear
merely
it.
correct me if I am wrong. You saw Leighton Chapman through the
Uh-huh.
window, but you also noticed a glittering object on the ground, this precious jewel. You walked down and took the bracelet from the body of Kenneth Butler, and when you heard the whistles, you hurried away. That broke your walking stick.
Yes,
It caught
yes.
fast between the cobbles. Constable
And you
Mallow
didn't have
was
time to
unable
actually
see
loosen
you
it,
in
so
the
you just
window
let it
as you were climbing
break.
up the stairs on
Yeah.
your way back to your flat. Upon returning home, you hid the precious
Yeah, I think
jewel
we got you nailed
inside
on
a
this
book.
one.
Mr. Holmes, please don't send me to prison. I didn't do
Hey,
anything
I'm not
bad.
judging.
I'm just a poor man. When I chanced upon the bracelet, I saw it as an opportunity to make a little money. I was desperate. I only took the bracelet, that's all, I swear.
You made a mistake by lying to me.
Yeah.
But you are not a criminal.
Okay,
I
but
believe
who
that.
is the rightful owner?
Although I must return this bracelet to its rightful owner.
Okay, but maybe you can also, give this guy a little bit of a little cash, a few pounds, shillings, guinea. I don't know what would be appropriate in ye olde days. Okay, but we now know his testimony is incomplete, and he could have very easily missed something. So there's already tons of holes popping into this. So can we talk to you now?
It would be my pleasure to assist you with your investigation, Mr. Holmes.
Well, I would love to go to Scotland Yard then. I think that's where we have to go next. We've questioned everything here. We found that the testimony is lacking. Oh. Okay, so we can research this now. Yeah. Okay, so before we go to Scotland Yard, let's go back to Baker Street. That's right, Watson. Oh, we should have brought Toby. I always like when Toby's on the case. So yeah, we're going to, I think, probably find maybe... Yeah, would this be under, like, jeweler chemistry? What would this be under? Martial arts, marks and symbols, maybe? Religious symbols? It's an antique golden bracelet. Yeah, my guess would be under marks and symbols, but nothing really... Rod?
That is not...
No, I didn't think so.
That
Religious
isn't-
symbols? No. Okay, so newspapers. Anything here ringing a bell? Anything about Greek jewelry? Ah, Hellenistic treasures stolen. There we
That is
go.
not the one I need.
Wait, what? How is that? There must be some other item we can research, because how is Hellenistic treasure stolen and a Hellenistic antique bracelet not related? Okay. Art and architecture, economic science, technology, history, ancient Egypt. Ah, Greek
That
history?
is not the one I need.
No. Botany, medicine, history, technology. Yeah. Antique art. Ah, there we are. These beautiful antique jewels represent a part of the Hellenistic treasures collection, depicted as the 5 heads of mountain rams upon a bracelet, necklace, and ring, each made of pure gold. So there are other elements to this treasure. The 5 rams of Mytilene have been missing from the museum since 1885.
Here it is.
So do we now have another item to
I need
research?
to continue my
Yes.
research
Okay.
in my
Yeah. So it's a
archive.
chain of research. Gotcha. Okay. Now, I believe it said 1885, right? Aha. Yes, part of an ancient jewel. Yep, Okay, so this is actually how they were stolen. The Hellenistic treasures were stolen yesterday evening while being transported by a cab on their way from the British Museum to the Glassford Fine Art Exhibition. Glassford? Yeah, let's go with that. Pawnshop owner Kenneth Butler contacted Scotland Yard that night and provided information regarding a gentleman who had attempted to sell him a collection of historical art at his pawnshop in Church Street. The police have since captured the described man, a professional thief by the name of Vincent Foley, who had been in the process of escaping London via the port. He was recognized by the surviving driver of the cab that had transported the collection of Hellenistic treasures. Vincent Foley refused to confess as to where the remainder of the treasures were hidden. He was evidently imprisoned. The lost treasures are still to be found. So we know one of them has resurfaced, so someone still has them.
Here it is.
Aha.
One of the victims, Kenneth Butler, was involved in the story of the stolen Hellenistic treasures. A visit to his pawn shop should tell me more.
Okay. So now we have the pawn shop here. Ooh, interesting. And we need to find a use for this key. Right. Okay. Cool. Excellent. All right, so do we want to go talk with the brother now or go to the pawn shop first? Ooh. Why don't we go to Scotland Yard first? Because I'm assuming we can also examine the brother's belongings. And maybe there's something that can, I don't know, either prove or disprove his innocence.
Mr. Holmes, whatever brings you here so late at night?
A friend of a friend.
I'm interested in the case of young Leighton Chapman.
Yes.
He was arrested earlier this evening and accused of a double murder.
I beg your pardon? That case is quite clear to the police.
Oh, there's a lot of facts.
Or are there any new facts that we don't know about?
Who knows, Inspector?
Look, you are free to investigate,
Okay.
of course, Mr. Holmes. Chapman was arrested with a revolver in his possession, which you can find in the evidence room. The
I'm very
suspect
curious to
himself
see
is in custody.
if he
Did
has
you find
a
anything
reason
else
for
on
being in
his
the
person?
alley.
A few personal belongings.
Anything
Nothing particular,
gold?
Mr. Holmes.
Thank you, Lestrade.
Okay. Well, let's investigate his belongings, see what he has to say about that. That's cool. We rarely ever get to come into here. Shapes of noses. I guess that's good for, like, giving like testimony. It's like, would you describe this as a button nose, a hook nose? All right, so there's the morgue. So we want to go back into evidence. Yeah, Lestrade is a very good surname.
These cigarettes are filled with cheap tobacco.
Yeah, nothing super interesting. Nothing remarkable about that. An apple, you know.
A cheap watch.
Want to stave
bought
off
with his own
malnutrition.
money, no doubt.
And
So this
the
is
gun.
the gun that Leighton was holding when he was caught by the police. It is a Webley revolver, a reliable weapon.
I mean, Holmes would definitely know his revolvers. Now the question
It seems as
is,
though the shells were not removed from the cylinder.
aha, so we can see how many shots were fired. Can I examine that? Ah, there we go. And 2 shots were fired from this.
2 out of the 6 shells have been
Ooh,
fired.
that does not
There
look
were
good for
2
you,
shots.
Leighton. Ooh, that does not look good at all. Okay, so what clues do we have then? All right, so 2 victims and the revolver, I'm assuming go together. Yeah, makes sense. Double murder, and there is a pistol with 2 bullets fired from it. The long lost art. That has to be interesting. That doesn't go together. So lootless. Leighton Chapman had nothing of any value in his possession when he was caught by the police directly after the crime. So I thought that would maybe prove that he didn't get involved. All right, so common statement with the revolver. Yeah, the witness testimonies in the crime weapon clearly point to one possible culprit, Leighton Chapman. But he may have just picked up the weapon. Like, obviously, he's not someone of great means, so if he sees a weapon that he can maybe pawn, I'm assuming he would maybe grab it. So 2 victims and the revolver, long lost art, lootless. Lootless is interesting. Common statement? No, nothing goes with that. Different shots. There we go. Yeah, this goes together. So simultaneous shots. Turner could hear the contrast between 2 fired shots, as in fact 3 shots were made. At first, a single shot was fired and then 2 guns fired simultaneously directors afterwards. And firing position. Turner could hear the contrast between 2 fired shots as they were made from different points in Half Moon. Interesting. So are we going to do a... Yeah. Interesting that this is like a check mark, as if we have to do an experiment. Yeah, the rest of this stuff doesn't line up. No. Okay. So this is all about investigating the way that the gun was fired. Or guns, maybe. Alright, well... Ooh. So what do we have here? There was a possible crossfire between Kenneth Butler and Brian Vercotti at Half Moon Street. Examine the bodies and perform a reenactment. Oh. Hold on. We can try to recreate like a scene of the crime. So I guess the hypothesis is that a 3rd shot was fired somehow. Okay, well let's go into the alley and see what that looks like. Can we recreate that now? Seems like we might be able to.
What's up with you, lad?
Hey, leave Wiggins alone. He's with us.
I'm waiting for my brother to be released.
Your brother?
The one that you caught, beat up and imprisoned.
Ah, the murderer.
No, the
He ain't
suspect.
killed no one, copper.
Watch your mouth, lad, else you'll be joining that worthless
Hey,
brother
watch
of
your
yours.
mouth. Hey. Be nice to Wiggins. Okay. So, do we have a whole bunch of things here, or is it just trying to recreate this as is? Okay, what do we have here? Select the gunman. Oh, interesting. Oh, a hypothetical area for the second shot to have been. Okay, so either the shot landed over here. Interesting.
I am unable to see any higher. I need to find something to lift.
Oh, come
my
on.
lamp.
Okay, so we need to illuminate the... Oh, is this what we need? Aha. So this would explain why one of the
This
guns
should be useful.
would have 2 shots from it. Okay, so we need to now examine up here. See if there's a bullet in the wall. Aha!
This is most definitely a bullet hole.
Yes.
The brick cracks are fresh.
So one of
Watson,
the shooters
there was a
did
third
fire
shot fired
a
in
second
this
shot.
street.
Interesting. Okay, so that means it wasn't over here. So now there's okay, so not only that, now there's a missing gun. So we have the gun that this guy fired is the one that Leighton picked up. However, this guy's gun is missing. Aha. Okay. So 2 victims, 3rd shot. There we go. So now we have another answer for this. Kenneth Butler and Brian Vercotti both died of crossfire, with each of them holding a gun. One of the guns is now missing. Kenneth Butler and Brian Vercotti were the victims of a double murder. No. It's got to be crossfire. Interesting. But we still don't have any other clues. 3rd shot, lootless. Oh, I would have thought that would have explained it. Okay. 2 victims, doesn't relate to any of this. No, none of this stuff connects. Okay. Interesting. All right, so I guess now would be a good time to talk to Leighton. We still don't have a use for the key. Maybe if we show it to Leighton, he'll be able to tell us what it was for. Maybe it's his. No, it was in the pocket. It can't be his. So that means it has to belong to the guy that had the golden bracelet. Because that's the same body that the bracelet was taken from. Okay. So let's have a little chat with you.
Please escort this suspect for interrogation.
Man, you don't need to sound so accusatory.